Hi, all the signs of the Zodiac. I'm Pam, and welcome to your mid-month Psychic Tarot update for December 2019. This month, I'm using the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings. And to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, I've been receiving several emails and comments over the past few months, people saying they decided to listen to their cusp sign and all that the messages were actually coming to them from there. So you might want to check that out as well. One of the things I want to talk about here before I start your mid-month Psychic Tarot update is I've recently started putting occasionally some auctions up on eBay. I was going to start an online store on my Lucky Mermaid website, but first, before I get into doing that, I'm going to sell some of my pieces on eBay. So if you're interested in getting any of I'm putting 2 on, maybe a few other things for auction that are going to go off in a couple of days. This is the first piece. I also showed this necklace on the full moon in Gemini psychic crystal reading. This is still up for auction by the time you see this video. And there's a couple watchers on it right now. And it's made out of polymer clay, and the beads they're like in a giraffe pattern. And then the accent beads are wood. And it has like I don't know what this ring closure is called, but that is the first piece. And I made some of these things I made a long time ago. I have tons of things I've made, jewelry that I was supposed to sell. I have sold them in person. And I've also somebody did buy one of the necklaces on the last auction. So this is the other necklace. This is also kind of like a tribal design, or native, I don't know what you would call it, like it's zebra kind of looking zebra pattern, and it has black wood beads, and some of the round beads are the zebra pattern also. So that is up for auction. That's closer, that's going to come up higher on your neck than the other one, and that all those beads are made by me with polymer clay. And then the last thing, I'm going to put a couple of these on, and I'm putting it in front of this. Sorry, so you can see it. It is the a Christmas candy cane with holly berries. It's a pin, and you could put this on, a sweater. You could put it on a scarf, a sweater, a jacket. You have like a cool hat. You could stick it on there if you want to give your kid's teacher a present, or just put it on top of a package, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to put some of those candy cane pins on up for auction. And those auctions are at Mermaid's Treasure is my seller's name on eBay. I have another eBay account, but I'm keeping the things I'm making separate from that account. So it's Mermaids with an S. And the link for that auction or auctions, whatever I put up, will be underneath this video in the description box in the show more section. So I hope you'll decide to check that out. I also want to wish the Sagittarians happy birthday, and the Capricorns that have their birthday coming up in this month of December also. So I hope you guys have a fantastic solar return and a great birthday. So now, all that being said, on to your mid-month Psychic Tarot update for December 2019. And the first sign I'm going to look at is going to be Aries. And the first card, you have Aries. Aquarius also got this card too, is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is parties, gatherings, and celebrations, attending a party, throwing a party. It could also be a celebratory conclusion to something happening. It can mean help from friends. It could be 3 sisters, 3 females, or 3 friends. Aries needs to stop, think, and listen in mid-December. Your words are going to be like concrete. So I'm not sure how to take that. They're going to have a lot of weight to it, my guides just said. So a lot of weight to your words in December. So think wisely, choose wisely what you say. Some of you may find yourself in a predicament where there's some people pointing their fingers at you and trying to make you feel guilty about something. But I do feel that some of you Aries are going to have an enormously fun time at some kind of gathering that you're going to go to. And I feel like if you go to this party or gathering, in some way you get whisked away. Like somebody could say, hey, come on, or you meet somebody great and you sweeps you off your feet, or it's like, hey, we're at this party and now we're going to go over here to this party. Come on, Aries. Like getting whisked away in some way comes up here, which may sound like weird words, but that's what my guides are saying. And if you go to any gatherings, you're going to have an intelligent response to say for everything. You're going to be like on point, on fire. Something that doesn't seem right to you or has seemed suspicious is going to get revealed to you. Or if you're doing something that was suspicious, it will get revealed outwardly. But for some of you, it's like, I don't know that it's going to be a blatant out in the open. It may come at it from a side angle. Like, did I just hear that right? That's probably why my guide said in the beginning, you really need to listen. So the card that you have with it is the Four of Cups, and this is ruminating, going within, overanalyzing, pulling at straws, thinking about the past or worriment. You could be very preoccupied. You could have a lot on your mind. But there's some kind of blessing or unexpected opportunity coming to you out of the blue, or God is giving you some blessing. Yeah, situations are going to arise that are going to put you in a position where you have to like, ponder and consider. Because some of you are going to feel like you're getting half of the story, or you only know half of the story, one or the other. Some of you are going to get an opportunity to dig deep in something. And this could be like a subject you're interested in, a course of study. It could also be anything you want to analyze and investigate and get to the bottom of as well. If you've been feeling like low and below, like, oh, you know, I'm not in a position of power, I feel some of you are going to get put in a position of power, and it might be unexpected to you. Like maybe you're feeling like, oh, my career's not going anywhere, or, oh, why can't I get ahead, or, this is drudgery, or, you know, when are things going to change and something, you know, intriguing or interesting going to happen to me? Well, that's happening. That's going to happen for you. It feels like it could be any time between the month of December and the end of February. I feel like you're going to be blown away because I hear stop, look, listen. That's what you're going to need to do. And I see you going, oh my God, I can't believe that happened or that opportunity came up. If it's not an opportunity, it could actually be some kind of, let's put it this way, it's a gift, whether it is an opportunity or an object or money, or even could even be a love relationship. And when you like flesh out all the details of what I'm talking about here, when it's all going to be like clear and spelled out, that's March. I feel that's March of 2020. So I hope those messages were of help to you, Aries. Now on to the sign of Taurus. And the first of the two cards that you have here, Taurus, is the Fool. And the Fool is going off on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations, but you might have your head in the clouds and you may need to be more grounded in reality
and you don't want to fall off the cliff. Don't have like rose-colored glasses on, but it is good because it is a new journey. I feel like you're going to start to figure out and calculate the next moves that you're going to be making in your life. Like maybe because this is year's ending and a new year's beginning, that's why you're doing it, like taking stock of things and planning and figuring out your next move. I don't know what this is, but I see some people around you, if they're doing any kind of construction or moving anything, they could be hurt. They could get hurt. Like, I don't know if you have any kids or your significant other is like moving and lifting heavy things or doing construction or tearing things down. I feel like it's too much for them, or they could get hurt, possibly. But I'm not sure what they're doing. I feel like some of them are taking down walls. Some of them are, I don't know. It's very peculiar. Some of you may find yourself in a new love relationship with somebody, or you've got a new friend to hang out with and like go out and maybe meet somebody, like a pal to hang around with to meet somebody. Like you go out together. Some of you could be doing that, but for some of you, or like this could become a best friend to you or a love partner for you. I also see like some kind of things getting split and divided for you. So it's kind of unusual. I'm not really sure what's going on here. It could be dividing an estate, or there could be things you just want to or need to divide and split up. Could be if a business is getting dissolved, or an estate, or a marriage. You may already feel this way, Taurus, but I get the single most important thing that's going to be number one for you is your family, especially in December. So the card you have with this is the Ten of Cups, and this is happily ever after. This is like, great emotions, getting along great with a partner, happy home, happy kids, happy health, good health. If you're not in a relationship like that now, it could be on its way. Some of you are going to you're either popping the question now or between now and the end of February, or somebody's popping the question to you. And if it's not to get married, it could be, let's move in together, or let's be exclusive with each other. Like getting serious in a relationship comes up here. Some of you, I feel this applies to the whole year. Some of you Tauruses are going to have a fantastic opportunity to buy a house together with your partner this year, whether you're married or not, or, whether you've been in a couple for a while. If you're trying to sell something, I see you trying to hide little things from prospective buyers. Like, let's say maybe your basement floods once in a while, or you have a leaky roof, or windows don't work right, or something. I see, and it's not like just one thing, it's little things, a few things. And if you are selling anything, doesn't even have to be a house. You might be like, okay, something's wrong with this. It's got a little weird thing here, and this isn't quite right. You may be trying to cover it up or hide it. A long-standing romance blossoms, blooms, and or flourishes. Stepping things up, stepping up the game, stepping things up to a next level. If you're already with a partner, maybe this means you guys are just getting closer or doing more expansive things together. But some of you, it comes up strongly like a relationship that gets elevated and maybe going to the next level. If it's not you, Taurus, there could be someone in your family that would be very close to you that's going to pop the question or get married. And so this could be one of your siblings, it could be one of your kids or your grandkids if it's not applying to you. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Remember, always stay tuned for the psychic tarot readings at the beginning of the month because they are around 20 minutes long, and this is just the quick update. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Gemini. Gemini, the first card you have here today is the Six of Swords, and this to me is usually moving. You could be relocating for work, or you just want to move out of the area. It could be long distance travel. Sometimes this card can come up if someone needs to commute, like maybe start commuting or go further. It can also be moving from troubled shores to better shores. I do feel you're going to feel like a bit of a rubber band. I hear an elastic rubber band back and forth to different places. So what I feel is happening for you in the midpoint of December and maybe going into January, either you're traveling a lot to see friends and family, or your work is making you go here, there, everywhere, or back and forth between something, because I get like a rubber band and back and forth between places. Man, you're going to go through this thing where like styles change, or stuff's outdated, or I don't like the way this is going. I got to get rid of stuff, and getting new things. It could be washers, dryers, air conditioners, refrigerators, cars, blinds in your house, new rugs, new furniture, something. But I get like this big energy from you about that. I feel like some of you Geminis are going to really feel like you have to keep the peace between family members, and that if you have the ability to do that, that is what you are going to do. And I feel like in your family or in your group of friends, there's ridiculous assumptions being made on either side about the other in family. And I feel like you're like listening to it like, ooh, like you might feel like it's crazy town. Or you possibly feel like you have to step in and be the voice of reason, or try to be a peacemaker. It's like some of the things that are going on for you, Gemini, it feels like it's been like psychological games or psychologically messing with your mind. The stuff I've already talked about in the reading, especially like family quipping with each other and stuff like that. And you may feel like in your family or in your social circle, like everything's out of whack. Like, why are people acting the way they're acting? Could be the planets. Seriously. It could be affecting stuff. I feel like you're kind of out of the woods and done with it in like April or May. So I hate to say it goes on that long, but I'm saying out of the woods of it means completely out of that. So the next card now, you and Taurus both got the Fool. So you have the Fool here too, just like Taurus. And this is starting out on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations. And you have to have your wits about you. You can't have your head in the clouds or you'll fall off the cliff, and you don't want to do that. You got egos running high. Yours maybe too, but definitely either in family or friends and social situations. It could even be work, but it's coming up way stronger for me here because it is a general reading. So I'm trying to tap into the collective consciousness and hear my guides for all Geminis, what's the most likely. And family feels like it's first, and socially it feels like that's second. And I feel like there's people maybe even acting out of character and putting on airs, you know, like, hoo-hoo, I'm fantastic, you know, or in some way. But see, Gemini, I feel like you know what's going on behind the scenes. Because I feel like you see some of what's going on as people being so predictable. I don't know that it's really surprising you. To me, for you, it feels like this is predictable in your mind. Everybody's got to have their say. Everybody's got to have their say-so. Some people are really dogmatic about what they're saying. And this is all going on around you. I feel like you're going to take cash out of something like savings or an IRA, or sell a stock, or get rid of bonds or something, cash in something. And it's like you're putting money down on something. Now, when I see the way the money's going down, it could be on a on a craps table or like some kind of betting, gambling, but it could be on a stock. It could be to buy a new house. It could be on something that, because I get like, oh, it's kind of like a gamble. But if you're buying a new house, you may say, how's it a gamble? Because things can be wrong with houses that you don't know about. Or it could be to buy a business. I don't know, but I see you doing that with money. So, Gemini, if you watch at the beginning of the month, my psychic tarot readings for the month are much longer and give more detail. This was just the quick update. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Cancer. And the first card you have, Cancer, is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is a card that symbolizes the planets in the heavens and the spirit guides around you conspiring to give you karmic good fortune, for you to have some good fortune. This card can also symbolize like the ups and downs of karma, or ending a karmic cycle and beginning a new karmic cycle. I feel like you're spending a lot of time and energy like, I got to get everything all figured out. I feel like you're trying to get some kind of plan or figure out your like living situation, your financial situation, maybe even love life. Like, it's like, I feel like you're sitting at a desk and you're looking at your life and you're like, I have to get that figured out, that figured out, that figured out, that figured out. All your burdens that you feel from 2019 and going into 2020 really get alleviated by July. Doesn't mean it doesn't get easier as time goes on, but I feel like a lot of things that are burdening you or were burdening you seem to ease up in the month of July 2020. I feel like you're going to do things differently this year. Obviously, communication with family, I'm hearing it, but it seems like an obvious prediction. But I do get like interesting conversations and communications picking up with you around Christmas and Hanukkah, around those holidays. And I get like really interesting, and I feel like you may be doing some things differently this Christmas than you, or Hanukkah, than you normally did. Like whatever your usual routine, like you always went over to this one's house or that one's house, you may change it up this year. There is somebody that really, really would like to have a conversation with you. They may feel like they want to pick your brain. They may feel like you have knowledge and information that they need. Some of you, it could be because they're interested in you to go out with you or meet you to date. But for those of you that are already coupled or whatever, and that doesn't apply, there's somebody that's dying to talk to you because of they feel like you can either give them valuable information they need, or to teach them how to do something, or to train them. But it's more like, it feels more like information. But it's also like dying to talk to you. Maybe they're really into meeting you and getting to know you, like to either hang out as a friend, or more so even like to have a romance. So the next card you have here could be that person, or it could be you. You have the Knight of Cups, which is a water sign person. This is either a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising sign. So this could be you, Cancer, or it could be someone else. You're like, it feels like you to me, because my guides are saying you're going to be like digging and on some kind of fact-finding mission in mid-December going into January. I feel like loose ends are bothering you. And you're like, you know what? I got to get this all figured out, because I got this dangling loose end over here, and this is dangling and unsure over here. And you want to get everything figured out because you don't like these loose ends that are dangling. Could be about your job, could be about an upcoming job or job changes, could be about things going on in your family, or like unresolved issues with people in your life. I don't know. It's different for all of you Cancers because it's a general reading. So always good to watch your rising sign. Always good to watch your rising sign, because that's fate and more destiny and less leeway to change. And it's more about what's immediately going on with you. So always watch your rising sign too. I feel like you're going to come to some very big conclusions by the end of this year of some big giant thing or something important that you want to change or do. Some of you could decide to change your eating habits completely and go on completely vegan or vegetarian, or uh, go on some kind of program or protocol to lose weight, or some health regime or exercise program, or some kind of treatments you want to receive. But I see you making like these decisions. And some of it does actually have, or to get some kind of surgery, like, because I feel like it's like impactful for you physically and health related. Some of you, if you're tired of dating and you don't like the dating scene and you're meeting nobody that's of any value to you on dating sites, like they just turn out to be snakes or losers, or you just don't like them, you may actually consult, some of you Cancers may consult a matchmaker or some kind of dating service that's different, a different scenario than online. I do feel some of you get rewarded or compensated for your hard work. So you could get a bonus with a pay increase, or some kind of special bonus, year-end bonus, or some other form, or for some other reason. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Please stay tuned at the beginning of every month when I do the Psychic Tarot readings at the beginning of the month, because they're 3-4 times as long as this update. So I hope they were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Leo. Hi Leo. First card you have is Knight of Rods. This is a fire sign person, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. So this could be you, Leo. You may feel like you've got too many things on your mind, and like life has been recently, or is feeling complicated to you at the midpoint of December. Maybe even could have already been feeling that way too, and maybe feel that way a little longer. I feel like you're trying to keep everything in perspective, Leo, and I feel like you got some people messing with you or pushing your buttons. Even maybe intentionally doing it, but some of them may unintentionally be doing it. And you may feel like, what the heck? I have closures and endings here and there, but yet they still keep dangling or dragging on. You may feel like contracts and negotiations with other people that you thought you were done, or business negotiations with companies and corporations you thought they were done, they may still not be done. There could still be lingering things dragging on. That can also apply to love relationships and friendships, or any kind of dissension where you're like, okay, I thought I was done with that relationship. We're done, over, that's it. And then there could still be something like residual still dangling and hanging on. April looks like a good time where all of that seems to be cleared out and cut away from you. Not saying it doesn't improve between now and then, but I feel like there's more of a severing of things that are kind of dangling. Looks like April of 2020 cuts it. If you own your own business, you may start to put together things that my guides are referring to as package deals. So you could be putting things together to sale for people to buy. It could be products, it could be services. I don't know, could even be like involving trips and travel for some of you. I feel like some of you Leos are going to have a real ball of fire that's going to come into your life, and it's going to be kind of surprising to you and give you everything you need. But what I feel about this person is you're going to be like startled. I don't feel like you're expecting it. Now, this could be a new love partner for you if you're single, or if you're in an unhappy relationship and you would like to get out of it. This could still be a new person coming in for you. This could also be somebody that is going to help you with your business, or restructure your finances, or help you in your life in some way. But either way, they're going to be a surprise to you. And this could be the person, because your next card is the King of Pentacles, which is an earth sign person. Usually this is a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Now, it could also be you, Leo, if you are on the Aries, Taurus cusp, or if your rising sign and moon sign are an earth sign. Yeah, this person is like, I get seeing the clear picture, everything bright and clear and big as day. So this King of Pentacles could be you, and now you're seeing things really clearly. But for many of you, this is the person I talked about coming in. And it's like they're right up your alley. You guys speak the same language, or you believe in the same things, you're coming from the same position, could be politically, could be metaphysically speaking, could be just how you believe and how you see the world working and operating. They could be, for some of you, talking to you about developing and enhancing something further. Taking something you're already doing to another level, taking something you're doing and expanding it. This could be a business you own. It could also be a creative project or endeavor that you've been working on. It could also be your finances, or it could be tied up with all those things. If you don't meet them early on now, I feel September of 2020 is a very strong time when they could come in. Let's put it this way, between now and September of 2020, but now is highlighted, and like December, January is highlighted, and then September of 2020 also. This is somebody that's coming in with a plan, coming in with an idea. And you know what, Leo? You are all about being for plans and ideas. Doesn't mean you're going to agree with them, but you're all about hearing them. You want to hear them. You want to hear how it's going to work and what could come of it, and what things would you need to do and what would be beneficial for you. Like it's going to be a good fit. This is a person, like I said, speaks your language, has similar perspectives as you, sees things wide open and clearly. I feel like they want to help you expand what you're doing, or educating you about things you need to know that can help you expand and grow in some way in your life. Some of you, it could be a romantic partner for you, but not everyone. Not everyone is that going to apply. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Virgo. First card you have, Virgo, is Queen of Swords, and this is an air sign person, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun, moon, or rising sign. This could also be you, Virgo, if you're born on the Virgo-Libra cusp. It could also be if you have a rising sign or moon sign that's an air sign. Some of you, this could be somebody you are really listening to and getting intertwined with and doing a lot of things together with them. You may already be coupled with them. This could be a significant other to you, or someone you're dating or seriously seeing in some manner, or a spouse. Or they're a really close friend to you, could even be a relative, but I get you're making really close, like making plans with them, like going places with them, like, well, we're going to go here and let's go there, and doing a lot of things together with this Queen of Swords. So don't be thrown if it's a romantic partner for you and you're like, yeah, but I'm seeing a guy. It doesn't matter. It's the energy of air here, an air sign person. And they're kind of like, being a little directive. I feel like they're kind of like trying to steer the ship. They want to do things this way. They want to do things that way. They may be full of a lot of ideas. I'm not saying you're not going to be for doing what they're doing, but they're like feeling like, oh, we should do this. Oh, let's go do that. Oh, I want to do things this way or that way. And I feel like you're actually going to be up for it. I'm not getting you feeling like I don't want to listen to this Queen of Swords. I feel like you're okay with what is happening, what's coming up here. They're looking at you like you're somebody they feel that they can rely on. And you may be looking at them like, oh, they may be a little kooky or goofy or have some like weird schemes or like quirky ideas. But I feel like you're not opposed to them. Like that resonates with something about you. That strikes a chord with you. That you're, even though you may not seem that way totally, outwardly, internally, you do have something similar here. And they may be really encouraging you to do something. If you're like, I'm going to quit my job and start my own business, they could be like, yeah, do it. Or I think we should, sell this place and buy another place. Yeah, do it. Or I'm going to quit my job and retire and we're going to travel the world. Yeah, do it. Like, I feel that's what the Queen of Swords is kind of like urging you and behind you on your ideas too. So the next card you have with it is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is financial blessings coming to you from God, the universe. It could be a raise, an inheritance, a windfall of cash. You could be winning money in some manner. This is the year of making money for you. And I just did the New Year's readings for Vimeo. They're not all online yet, but Virgo got that in there too. Virgo is going to have a good year in 2020. It's like, seriously, no pun intended, the stars are in alignment in your favor about finances this year. They're showing me stars and you on the earth, and they're showing me like a constellation over top of you saying the stars are in alignment for you with financial blessings this year. If you get any invitation to go to some kind of gathering and you give a speech, a presentation, play some music, sing a song, do a dance, I don't care what you're doing, do psychic readings, give a demonstration, do mediumship, I don't know what, show people how to change their financial picture and improve their finances, you're going to make money from this. So anything you get invited to, a seminar, a class, a speaking engagement, a singing gig, a musical, whatever, take that opportunity because you may get paid very well for that, and or other things will dovetail off of that it's going to generate money for you this year. I feel like a huge amount of money coming to you. Now you may say 50 grand, that's not a lot of money. In today's standards, maybe not, but I see the number 50 grand in my head. So I don't know, maybe you're going to receive an inheritance. Maybe you're going to get some kind of unbelievable bonus. Maybe you get a new job and the increase is $50,000 more than what you were making. Or there's I don't know. I don't want to get too stuck on the number 50,000 because it could be something completely different, but that number did come up in my head. You're also going to see some kind of disintegration of property and a disillusionment of something that comes apart. So if somebody died and there's an estate that's getting settled, this could be where money comes to you from that. If there was a business and it has to get divided and broken apart, whether it be yours or somebody you were connected to and it's in an inheritance form, and there's a dissolution of that, you could get money from that. And also, if possibly from a divorce even, or a lawsuit. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Libra. And the first card you have, Libra, is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is a card that symbolizes expanding your craft, expanding your skills, focusing on attention to detail and craftsmanship. You could have a promotion, you could have more work heaped on top of you, you could be opening up a new store or new aspects of your business. You have things that are like ready to ripen and bear fruit. Because some of you are going to be like, now and going into the new year, are going to be pushing your ideas out there of what you want to see roll forward. Could even be in your personal life. You could be doing this with family and friends, but a lot of you, this is with career and your or work life. Some of you Libras have felt like you're tired of the grueling grind, or you're tired of being put on the back burner. I feel like Libras feel like there's more action steps that need to be taken and movement that needs to happen in some area of your life. And you're going to be kind of dogmatic or geared towards wanting that to go on. And you're going to be like really seeing things that need fixing. Like I see you looking at things. Now, some of you, this could be in your house. Like, you know, oh, the roof needs to be repaired. Oh, we need new windows. Oh, the heater isn't working right. This needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. But some of you, it could even be emotionally and in relationships with other people. Yeah, you're going to be very goal driven. And I feel like some of you are going to be putting some interesting things down on paper and following it. Now, these things on paper could be a plan, a business plan. It could be documents that you're signing, but it could also be putting things down on paper that need like wills or instructions. And you may look at some things, Libra, and say that like some building blocks going on in your life are not stable. Like maybe you feel like your job or business or career needs to become more firm, solid, or stable. Or it could be your foundation or something going on in your house. Almost like Libras need to do some kind of overhaul on some kind of system or something. So the next card you have here is the Five of Swords, and this is standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand, standing up against any gossipers, naysayers, or detractors. If you're in a battle with something or someone, a situation, you could very likely win this battle. I feel like you are putting force into a situation where you see it needs to have force. You may even be like a little ticked, like people are taking advantage of a situation too long. And you may be PO'd about it. Like, you know, you may feel like somebody's driving a train, like crazy train, and you don't agree with how they're driving that crazy train. Or, you know, it's been their agenda and their way and their ideas and their, you know, controlling brand of things too long. Like, I feel you looking at things that way or something that way in December and going into January, but it all already could have been something you were feeling even before now. Some of you may even be, if you're a boss, you're going to be saying, hey, it's time to cut the nonsense and cut out all this BS, and we need to get back to basics or get back to business. That energy comes up here too. If you feel like there's been somebody fooling around too much, it could even be in a love partner. If you're suspecting a love partner is fooling around, you could be putting your foot down about that. Or flirting too much and you don't like it, you could be putting your foot down about that. But for some of you, it's like it could be people you work with, coworkers, or if you're a boss, you may feel like your employees are like they're being too giddy, silly, not paying enough attention, need to get things on track and get down to basics or get back to business. Yeah, you're putting your foot down about something. Some of you may not even be happy with somebody that's in a living situation with you and you want them to move out of your home, or maybe you have tenants and you're a landlord and there's people you want them to move out of your house. That comes up here too, where you may say you gotta leave. You may be firing some people. You may be asking tenants to leave. You may be asking some roommate situation, like you're causing too much trouble or you're not towing the line here enough. You got to get out. Like all those things come up here for you. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. Wow, Scorpio, I think you might have gotten these two cards exactly in your New Year's reading where I did a 10-card Celtic Cross Tarot spread for the entire year. Which I'm going to put on Vimeo. They're not all online yet. They're being uploaded. But I think you had a really good year in 2020. And I swear these two cards were in your reading. You have Two of Cups, which is fate, destiny, meant to be, preordained, love relationship, soulmate, twin flame, soul connection. But this could also be having a strong soul connection with someone else you're really close to. There's going to be an engagement of marriage. A marriage proposal comes up here for some of you. You could be doing the proposing. You could be receiving the proposal. Some of you, if you are not met this person yet, you're going to meet this person and it's going to take off and it's going to be an incredibly strong chemistry relationship. Very strong chemistry between the two of you. If you've been, I don't even care if you've been married, divorced, or been together with lots of people and you're like, I'm never doing that again. You're going to feel, I feel this year, could even be happening this month because this is the mid-month of December reading. You meet somebody that changes all that for you. Like you're going to be like, I feel like you're going to feel like this is the person you're supposed to be with. And they may be really positive, upbeat, and put a positive spin on things. Because I feel like they've got like an upbeat personality, or they joke around a lot, or they like to see the positive in things. They're not always like griping and pissing and moaning, and they're not like that. Or they're not dark and everything's so depressing. They're not like that either. If you're in a relationship that you've been dating somebody, or you've never said that you loved them yet, you will be saying that to each other. This is a time of union, spontaneous combustion. Some of you could even get with somebody and you could get pregnant. So just be cautious of that. If you're not ready for that to happen with a partner, it's highly likely this month and even this whole year for you, but especially December, January, February, and March. So look what card you got with it. This card was also, I'm 100%, pretty much 100% sure it was in your New Year's reading. Ace of Cups, new love relationship, or a rebirth of new love in an existing love relationship. Look at that. I swear you had these two cards in your 10-card layout on the Vimeo readings for the new year, for 2020. This is like a time of like victory of love for you. That's what my guides are saying. And you've kind of been put through the mill and the ringer already about love. And you really accepted some things from people that you shouldn't have, because I feel like you felt that there was a sweetness to the person or something that you found really endearing, but that caused you to accept behaviors or other things that you shouldn't have in the past. But this is changing for you here. Yeah, the guides are saying this is like a revival of your love life. So even if you're already coupled with somebody and have been for a while, you could have a revival of that love relationship. I keep getting a proposal. If you get proposed to, I do feel you'll accept. If you are the one doing the proposing, I feel your partner will accept. Some of you, your family takes on a different turn in 2020 and could be in this month of December, where there is a child that gets born into the family. It could be you. You could be adopting a child. You could be having a child, or one of your children or grandchildren. But it would be more like somebody very, very close to you. So more like your child, really, I feel, could find out that they're pregnant. If this doesn't apply to you, Scorpio, this could apply to one of your kids. But you always should watch your rising sign, because that's what's more fate, destined, and meant to be, and has less free will connected to it. And so that's going to, in a general reading, it's going to give you a more complete picture than just listening to what I'm saying here for your sun sign. And if you're a Scorpio that has had really like super high ideals in love, it's like your ideals are getting met. So whatever your ideals in love are, it's like you're going to feel like in December and January, maybe even this entire year, or at some point in this year, you will be feeling like your ideals about love are getting met. You may even do some abrupt changes. If this is you, you may suddenly quit and leave your job and move because of this connection. Or maybe it won't be that, but there may be some surprising decisions and moves you make in 2020 based on if that scenario fits you. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. And the first card, you Sagittarius, Leo also got the same card. So if you have Leo, sun, moon, or rising sign, these could be double impactful for you. You have the Knight of Rods, which is a fire sign person, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising sign. Actually, I'm reading them backwards. I have to switch it. Sorry. Your first card was the sun. That's what came up first, so I have to read it first. This is the spotlight being on you, success in the material world. Joy, exuberance, childhood joy and happiness. Could be a child, something about a child coming into your life. It could even mean love. I feel like some of you Sagittarians are going to be opening up to someone you are going to meet. For many of you, I feel this is a potential love partner. There's going to be a great deal of stress around this for you, Sagittarius, because I feel like you're going to be making an emotional connection, and for some reason that may upset the balance of your life in the way that it rolls right now, and you may not know what to do with that. Some of you are going to have money coming to you. An accumulation of wealth and abundance like comes to you through the door in 2020. I know this isn't the New Year's reading. I did a New Year's reading for each sign of the Zodiac that's going up on Vimeo. This is for December, but I'm hearing it could even be for this year. Get some like lucrative deal, some smooth sailing deal comes through for you. You may be able to avoid capital gains tax as well. And like tried and true methods come through for you, and you start to put things in alignment. So I feel like whatever you have done in your past that really paid off for you, like the way you structured your life or your business or your money, and other things to do with your life, maybe your household or certain things. I feel like you're going to go back to tried and true methods that were successful for you in the past. And I feel like you're sort of like reorganizing or getting your life really balanced, organized, on track. Maybe you're already like that, but it is coming up here. Yeah, I got this for one of the other signs too. I feel like, I think, who had that? I feel like you're going to have some opportunity that's going to float through the door. Who got 4 of Cups? Because it feels like almost like the same message I got for 4 of Cups. That some opportunity is, Aries got that. So if you're an Aries or a Sagittarius in your major signs, this could be impactful because I get like an opportunity sailing in through the door. It may take you by surprise. I feel like you're going to take it. And it doesn't have to mean a job or a career move. There could be some other unseen opportunity that comes in for you. Like to make a presentation or to be on some kind of a committee or to join something or to present artwork or things that you've made or created or talents you've done in some kind of format like a festival, a fair, or to be partners up with something and get involved in some group or some project, and it could really pay off for you. Now, the Knight of Rods was second, and that could be you or a fire sign person, as I said. I want to read them in the order they came up, so I apologize for that. Situations are revving up and amping up in your life. Take lots of echinacea and vitamin C. I feel like there's a prone for you to get like a cold, a flu, or bronchitis. I hope not. It might just be a cold, but I get like strong possibility of that for you showing up here. You may be dealing with sticklers in your family, like kind of like a bunch of crybabies, or people are like, I want things this way, I want things that way. And you may be like, I don't feel like, I don't want to do it this way or that way. I want to do it the way I want to do it. I feel like you're gathering up your strength, your forces, your energy, and I feel like you're like planning some kind of plan of attack or tackle something. I feel like you are going to have people that are kind of like grating on your last nerve in December. This feels like family to me for you for some reason. Not everybody, but a few people. Could be coworkers even if it's not family. I not to sound over dramatic, but I feel like explosive things develop in your life that change the schemata and system of your whole family. And I don't feel it's bad. This is positive. So I feel like Sagittarius has got some like big things coming in here for you, but it's a general reading, so it's really hard for me to pinpoint it. Some of you, it could be a great new business opportunity. Some of you, it could be some kind of recognition and money attached to it. Some of you, there could be moving involved or some kind of windfall of cash or money that comes to you with an opportunity that's like game changer energy. And then everybody's like, wow, we got to move, or wow, we're getting a new house or a big house, or you know, we're going to have a vacation home and travel back and forth between two places, or I don't know, but there's something that shakes up things in your family, but it's in a good way for you. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, the first card you got is Page of Rods, and the Page of Rods is a fire sign person. This is either an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising sign. This could also be you, Capricorn, if your rising or moon sign is a fire sign. It could also be you if you're born, what's on either side of you? If you're born on the Sagittarius Capricorn cusp. Could be a messenger about work, communications, or business. Could be a child. Could be an adult that's immature or young at heart when a page shows up. You may know somebody that has to have some surgery. You may hear about that, like a family member that's requiring surgery or somebody you work with. You may even have some people that want you to tutor them or train them. Or you could just have a lot of people that are asking you questions on how to do something. You have a strong teaching energy here around you this month. I get you winning some prized position, or if you are up for a raise, a promotion, a certain job, or to win an award, I feel you are going to win it. Comes up as you winning. And something about it, Capricorn, feels like prestigious to me for you. Like this is like giving you positive notoriety. You may have to come together in a group with some people and have like an important meeting that's kind of like a meeting of the minds. So it could be, when I say that, it could be something to do with your work and you all have to gather and strategize. It could be your family, or it could be in some kind of organization or something you're part of, or trying to get involved or get going. And I feel like this meeting of the minds is actually a very good meeting, because I feel like people are really putting out some really good, solid, and unique ideas. I feel like they're really good ideas that are coming out here. The card you have next is the Two of Rods, and the Two of Rods could also be about work, business, or enterprise. It could be a business partnership in work. It could also be a partnership in romance. This could also indicate something you're creating and putting out into the world for the world to like or not like. Somebody, either you or somebody, you may have on your mind that there's an ongoing stress fracture that you're contemplating about that needs healing, or something that's a wound that's not healing. That could be in a family stirred up, cut off situation. It could also be in your own personal love life, or it could be literally like there was surgery, or there was something that happened, or a wound or a surgical procedure, and like the fretting about healing. Is it going to heal, or it's in the process of healing, but it's taking a long time. So you have to listen to that again, because that meant quite a few different things there. I'm not going to lie to you, Capricorn. I do feel that my guides are saying that your judgment is skewed right now in December and going into January by somebody that you're listening to. Could be me saying this to you. It could be somebody else you're listening to on YouTube. Or it could be like, I feel more like it's somebody in your everyday life that you would deal with, work with, talk to, like more like your family or somebody close to you. It feels like more like that. If you're getting into any kind of partnership with anyone, make sure you read all the fine print and get all contractual facts or agreements ironed out and understood clearly by both parties, because if you don't do that, it's going to end in a disaster. So read the fine print, have lawyers read documents before you agree or sign on any dotted line of anything important. Now, you could be dealing with some money now, or did it recently, or it's coming up now or in the near future. That could be of money that was left to you and others in some kind of estate, will, estate. It could be insurance money or something. But that energy is still like you're having to look at it, or it's not finished yet, or you may have to revisit it or still deal with it in December, anytime between now and the end of March. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Aquarius. And the first of the two cards you have, Aquarius, was also the card that one of Aries cards. So if you have Aries, sun, moon, or rising, it could doubly apply to you. So you have the Three of Cups, which is parties, gatherings, celebrations. It could be attending a party, throwing a party. Could be a celebratory conclusion to something happening in your life. You could be receiving help from friends. It could also be three sisters, three females, three friends. I feel that some of you in December are going to be invited to something that turns out to be a lot of fun, like smashing success or a lot of fun. Maybe you're throwing the party, but for many of you, I feel, well, it could go either way. Some of you are throwing the party, some of you are attending the party. And the party might actually be more fun than you expected, because I feel like there's going to be some kind of silly games at the party. Like you may be like they may be playing some wacky games that you just didn't expect. And people might, even though I know it could be a holiday party and it's not a masquerade ball or, it's not Halloween, but some people may be dressed up. So they could be dressed up like Santa and elves and Mrs. Claus, or it could be like people just getting dressed up in some kind of, or really elegantly dressed up, but it seemed more like fun ways and goofing around. Some of you are going to be really seeking restitution and payback for old debts. This could also be, I see, why is it coming up with this card? I don't know. My guides are telling me, I also see you going over like income to debt ratio and like what things could you weed out and pare down to cut costs and, get rid of useless, like paring things down, looking at like analyzing finances, calling in like if people owe you money, like, any debts, like focusing on debts that you owe and debts that are to come to you. I really feel like you're going to have some good times, because I get jubilation and laughing and all this giddy behavior. So I feel like Aquarians are going to be like kind of social, having some good times here, which is nice to see for Aquarians. That's good for you. And the Hangman is your other card. This is being in limbo. This is having to draw very strongly from your own psychic ability and intuition when you are in the limbo state. So this is like you're not moving forward, you're not moving backward, you're in a state of suspended animation, or you're waiting for something. Yeah, this is a time where you must hang back and wait, because any swift, sudden, drastic movements on your part could have like bad consequences. So you don't be too quick, Aquarius, to put all your cards on the table and lay everything out on the line. I'm not saying, Aquarians like to pour the jug of truth, right, to humanity. That's what that symbolizes. So I'm not saying don't be truthful, but I don't share too much personal personal information. Don't be too quick to like be gushy or overboard about situations or people you meet. Like hang back, lay back, wait, play it cool. That's the best route for you in December and going in January. And I know people are going to say, well, Aquarians are great at that. Not always. It depends on what their rising and moon sign are, whether how good at that they are. I also feel like it is a good time for you to wait and don't make decisions too quickly, because I see you don't want to have to move stuff or take things down and then you got to put it back up again, or move something and then you have to move it again. I don't know whether they mean like stuff in your home, because it could be like putting tables up, taking tables down, putting chairs out, putting chairs away. Don't take things down too soon and don't move things too soon. That can apply to if you're throwing a party. It could also be if you are like thinking of selling things or moving things from one place to another. Like, don't do that now. Don't do it I wouldn't do it in December. I feel like March is a strong time in 2020 where whatever you are waiting on or feeling like you have to step back and see, and don't rush forward like gangbusters, like, woohoo, yeah, I'm going for it, yeah. Don't do that now. You can do that, I feel, in March. Unless you have to make a decision and you don't have the ability to wait, then that will put you in a different position. But I really feel this is waiting. I feel it's waiting about something. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Pisces. Hi, Pisces. So guess what? You got Queen of Cups. This could be you. This is a water sign person, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. So it could be you, or it could be some other water sign you know. I feel like, Pisces, you're doing pretty well. You're taking things in stride. I feel like you're working on yourself, or whatever you're working on, your business, your work life. Like you're doing well, like you're handling things. Things are rolling along. You're taking things in stride. You may also start having the feeling like you want to put yourself out there more, either in the public eye, in your work, or what your creative projects or what you're doing, or in love relationships. But I get the feeling like, or socially, with more friends, I get like wanting to put yourself out there more. I also feel that your intuition is going to be incredibly high in mid-December and going into January, even all the way through March. And I feel like you're going to be really having almost like your ear to the ground, like you're going to be listening to a lot of things buzzing around and going on around you. And I feel that some of these things are going to trigger memories in you, and you're going to go back to the past and think about remembering some things. And I feel like maybe some things that didn't quite clearly make a lot of sense to you in the past are going to start to fall into place and come to and gel together with you now, because of some things that you're listening to or paying attention to right now are going to start answering some puzzles and questions you had about the past. Some of you could have a new romantic partner that shows up and comes in for you this month, or at least between December and August. But I feel like you're not going to just be like willing to, if it's new love, you're not willing to just like take anybody. You're going to be very particular about what you're looking for. Maybe you weren't in the past, but you're going to be particular now. You have the Seven of Pentacles next, and this is being tired and exhausted of your hard work and efforts, but gaining financial gain and rewards from your hard work and efforts. And if you're not working, it's still, you could be feeling exhausted, and money could be coming in for you. I feel like you're kind of feeling like you really have to get your act together. I feel like you are, but I feel like you're going to think you have to. And I feel like you analyzing things, and some of the things that you're analyzing are your finances. You may get some kind of special invitation to go work somewhere in particular, or to sell something you worked on or created and sell it somewhere, or make a presentation of something you've done somewhere, or like go work somewhere in particular for a day or a few days, like a gig, an opportunity, or to show something you've worked on and created, or make a presentation of it. It could be at a college, at a seminar. It could be at a fair, at a festival. And I feel like Pisces this month for you is like building bridges of, and going into 2020, not just this mid-month, like social connections, networking, building bridges, all that comes up for you. And I feel like you're really going to feel like, I got a handle on it. I know what I'm doing. I know the direction that I'm going in. Maybe you didn't feel like you were sure before, but I feel like as of now or going into the new year, you're going to be like, yep, I'm this is the choice I'm making. This is the path I'm going to be on. This is the goals I want to shoot for, and I'm doing it. So I feel that strongly for you. I feel like this is going to be a successful year for you, Pisces, and that you could have there was another sign that got this too. I don't remember which one in this mid-month, but I feel like this could be one of the best money-making years you have or have ever had. Like, this is a good income year for you. Even if you're like, well, I don't work. Well, somehow money's coming to you. Could be through stocks and bonds you have. Could be paying off well for you. It could be some gigs or short-term opportunities you get invited to, and you make good money from it. Or you could your salary could be doing well this year if you're working. Or you could be learning a new craft or a new trade that then or completing learning a new craft and a new trade soon, and therefore you'll be implementing it and doing really well financially speaking in this entire year of 2020. So I hope these messages were of help to you, all the signs of the zodiac out there, and I hope they made sense. As always, thank you so much for watching. And please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell when you do subscribe if you would like to get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. It's that time of year again. And if you would like to get your New Year 2020 Psychic Tarot reading for your zodiac sign, and also if you want, you can get your rising sign and moon sign as well. You can access those videos by clicking on the link below this video in the description box in the Show More section, and it will take you to those videos on Vimeo. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic and blessed new year. And if you're interested in getting a continuation of the psychic tarot readings I did at the beginning of the month for December 2019, you can get my psychic crystal readings for December 2019 for each sign of zodiac by clicking on the link below this video in the description box in the Show More section. And it will take you to those videos on Vimeo for download and purchase. Also, if you would like to get, I did 2 special video series for the upcoming eclipses. We have one solar eclipse in Capricorn on December 26, 2019. I did a video series for that, a psychic tarot reading, psychic tarot and crystal reading for that solar eclipse in Capricorn, December 26, 2019, to show you what beginnings, endings, and changes are coming up for you from the energy of that eclipse, which lasts for 6 months. And I did another video series on Vimeo for the eclipse in January, the full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer on January 10th, 2020, psychic tarot and crystal reading, where I used a different deck of cards and pulled cards and looked into the crystal for, again, beginnings, endings, and change that you'll experience from the eclipse on that date of January 10th, 2020. They will last 6 months out. So if you're interested in either of those. Those links are below the video, as is the crystal reading link. And at the beginning of the video, in case you missed it, I've recently decided to start putting some of the many multitudes of jewelry pieces I've made over the years, which was originally going to go on my website on an online store, which I may still do in the future, but right now I'm gradually putting pieces on eBay. And maybe sell. I did sell a necklace that I posted here on YouTube and talked about it in a previous video. I did sell it. So I'm selling a couple more pieces again. This is the, it's a giraffe print made of polymer clay. I'm not sure the sun's coming in, of course, and it's going to shine it up. And these are handmade beads by me from polymer clay to look like giraffe motif design, and the accent beads are wood and like a brass or gold color, and it has a round closure on the back with a little post that fits through the hole. Don't know if you can see that. So that'll be on eBay, and my eBay name is Mermaids Treasure, mermaids with an S, plural treasure. So if you want to look me up as a seller, you'll see what I'm listing there. And then this other necklace that I made, I have so many, I'm just doing little bits at a time. This one is also like a tribal kind of motif. It's like a zebra print. These beads are thick, they're made of clay, and they have round accent beads in the same zebra print and wooden beads to accent it with silver tone, or they're either silver plated or silver toned accent beads. And this also has one of those round closures in the back. That is also on eBay, up for auction right now. So those two necklaces will be up at the time I air this video on YouTube. And the other thing I'm putting on there, I may put a couple of these. I've made these pins for Christmas. They are candy canes. They're pins. You can put them on hats, scarves, sweaters, whatever. They're a pretty good size. They got the holly berries on it, so that will also be on there as well, which is good to give to teachers or to put on a package on the top of a gift, or, you know, wear it yourself if you like it. So just wanted to tell you about all those things I have going on. Also, if you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from me that you're not going to see here on YouTube, you can follow me on my social media pages at The Lucky Mermaid LLC and The Psychic Pastry Chef LLC. Both of those pages are on Facebook. And my Instagram account, The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel. And in those places, I pull tarot cards, oracle cards, sacred geometry cards, angel cards, ancestors, bringers of the light, angels, gods, and goddesses, all different cards I pull on there. And also use my crystal. And I'll give you psychic predictions and messages there that you're not going to see here on YouTube, and my guides. Sometimes those predictions, I just posted one the other day. It was for 3 or 4 weeks, over the course of 3 or 4 weeks. It's not usually just for one day, those predictions. So people do find they resonate with them. Maybe you will too. So I hope you check me out on my social media pages. So I hope you have a fantastic and remarkable holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate out there. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I can't wait to see you all again in 2020. I look forward to reading your comments and doing more readings for you in 2020. So know that I wish you many blessings and peace.